Hi everyone, welcome to Mathemagik. Now we're going to talk about the perimeter of circles. If you can see, another word for perimeter of circles is called the circumference of circles. Can you see that? So this here, we want to find the length of the circumference of the circle. Or you can call this the outer edge of the circle, which is also the perimeter of the circle. So you could use both names, perimeter of circles or circumference of circles. So how do we actually find the perimeter of the circle or the circumference of the circle, as we say? We always find it in reference to pi. What is pi over here? Pi is a scientific term which is very geniusly measured by mathematicians, calling pi the relevant equivalent of 3.14. Okay, and this unit of measure, pi, which is 3.14, is usually the ratio of the circumference to the diameter of any given circle, no matter the size. It can be as big as this, or as medium as this, or as small as this, but pi is the most accurate measure of unit which records the perfect ratio from the circumference of the circle to the diameter. And this is why this helps us in finding out all perimeters and areas of the circle. Okay, so let's begin. So as we know, this is a radius, and the entire thing would give me the diameter. So in this case, if you have here, the radius is 5. So the diameter is always 2 times the radius, which gives me a 10 in this case. And which means this one, if this is 5, this will also be 5. So 5 times 2 gives me 10. All right, so it's very easy. Okay, so how do you find the perimeter of circles? It's very easy. All you have to do is pi times 2 times the radius. Okay, so all you have to do is pi times 2 times, in this case, the radius is 5, so times 5. Okay. And so you have to do pi times 10. Pi equals to 3.14. So 3.14 times 10. So 3.14 times 10 gives me 31.4. So your final answer of the circumference is 31.4 inches. Okay? So always remember the perimeter of a circle equals, either you can do the diameter times pi or 2 times the radius times pi. It's as simple as that. So let's try and do number 2. Okay, let's try and do number 2. So you have to do 2 times the radius times pi. So 2 over here is fine. And the radius here is 8. 2 times 8 times pi. Solve that first. 2 times 8 is 16 times pi. So you just have to do 16 times 3.14. So what is 16 times 3.14? You just multiply that and you get 50.24. So your final answer here will be 50.24 feet. All right? It's as simple as that. So let's try here. 2 times r times pi is our circumference. So you use 2 times the radius, which is here, which over here is 15. 2 times 15 times pi. So 2 times 15 is 30 times 3.14. Pi is always known as 3.14. And then you multiply 30 times 3.14 and you will get 94.2. So your final answer is 94.2 yards and your circumference is 94.2 yards. Okay, this outer thing here is your circumference. All right, let's try again. For number 4, pi times 2 times r. So pi times 2 times, over here the radius is 10, so times 10. Okay, so that gives me pi times 20, which gives me 3.14 times 20. So all you have to do is do 20 times 3.14 and your answer will be 62.8. And so the circumference here is 62.8 yards. Okay, so now I'm going to give you 15 seconds to do number 5 by yourself. Let's see if you can do it. All right, so again, your circumference is always found by pi times 7 times 2, because the radius is 7. So you'll do pi times 14, which means 3.14 times 14. And so your final answer will be 14 times 3.14, which gives you the circumference of 43.96. So with the unit, you have 43.96 inches. All right. So let's try and do the final one. The area, the circumference is always pi times 2 times r, which means pi times 2 times 2. In this case, the radius is 2, so the r is 2. So pi times 4, which gives me 3.14 times 4. And when you multiply 4 times 3.14, you get 12.56. And so your final answer is 12.56 feet. I hope this was nice and clear. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the section below. And also, please keep watching to master your mathematics. Goodbye. Take care.